Are you listening?
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Got my coffee today.
Hell yeah, got some coffee.
Coffee.
We got a lurking Captain Waffles and a Mugen full.
Yeah.
What's up, Captain Waffles?
Yeah, I'm making breakfast right now, so
That means he's in his PJs, shirtless, over a stove making bacon.
no, I'm not.
No, not. You just had to prove you wrong.
The imagery is funny. Like, I remember baking bacon or cooking bacon over a stove once without a shirt. Got myself a grease burn in my belly.
Oh no.
Yeah, it hurts.
Good time.
Grease burns ain't that fun, especially if you get a whole pan of grease fall on you.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a sadist.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
Raven.
I've actually had that done. I had first, second, and third degree burns. One on my side here, one on my arm, and one on my toes.
No, that's not fun. When you,
Sounds painful.
my dad almost lost his foot due to that third degree burn. He works at a factory melting down.
Doesn't sound fun at all.
Yeah, and then he accidentally dropped some of the aluminum melting on his leg, and then that's a whole story for itself.
Yeah, a whole nother story. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up.
I went to the hospital, and they was all looking at my wife, all strange, like, "Did you do this to him?"
Well, you get that a lot, don't you?
Yeah.
Every time we go to the hospital, did you do this to him? Did you do this to him? It's your fault, right? All right, hold on.
What did you do this time?
You know, basic hillbilly stuff. Too much moonshine and a good Saturday morning.
Yep.
I had some grease and a pan. I was melting it was hard cold, so you know how grease gets when it gets cold, it hardens up. So I was trying to melt the grease so I could pour it into a jar to throw it away. The handle on the pan came loose, and when it did, all that grease went all over me.
Oh, that don't sound good.
All right. Yeah, but I want to officially welcome everybody to the show. Welcome to Super Fast Tours, everybody. We're officially sponsored by carnsotopia.com. We're going to get sweet Magic Gathering dice bags like this one. Not that one. No, don't look at Hillbillies. Nope. You're looking at Super Fast Tours dice bag right here. Right here. Look at that bag. All right. You can get line dice bags like that. You can get little strawberry design bags like that. You can get cool lapel pins like those. You can get commander plates. Blue's not available at the moment that I know of, but there are other colors that are awesome. You can customize paintings done at Carnsotopia, and you can limited time get a glow in dark dragon's tail. Well, it glows in the black light, but new to the whole thing is this little. It's a Lotus dice holder. You put a D20 in there. Boop 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 boop.
Oh my God,
that's pretty cool.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Like, sorry, kitty. There's a kitty by my feet. Just kicked her on accident.
Oh no.
But anyways, that's the cool stuff about carnsotopia.com. You can never know what you're gonna find. I'm excited about the Lotus too. If you can get a better picture of the Lotus, that'd be nice.
Yep.
Like a better picture, get it more square, put a dice in it too. Like if you have two of them, show one without a dice, one with a dice. It'd be better displayed. I think those look cool.
Yep.
All right. Now, kicking back. Hillbilly.
Y'all?
What's the first segment we normally kick to in the beginning of the show?
Would that be the
Card of the day. Combo breaker.
It's there. Boop.
Oh,
Doom Whisperer. Thinking of demons, we were talking about Vein Rippers on the pre-show. Doom
Yeah.
Whisperer costs 3 generic, 2 black, 6/6 flying trampler. You can pay 2 life to surveil 2. That is a pretty powerful ability.
Yeah, it is.
It's a 5-mana 6/6. Who wouldn't want this, especially in limited?
Mm-hmm. I like
Captain
this card.
Waffles personally owns like 15 of these. Just for his commander deck. He doesn't care about the rules. He rolls zeros. Doom Whisperer.
No, that's what I call my farts.
That's an SPD for sure. All right. And with some pictures of the day, we got it's Saturday, my dudes. That's a sushi roll. Sushi roll.
It's
Okay.
called Catterday.
Saturday. I just want to say good morning and happy Saturday to all you some bitches. I can't remember the actor's name, but he was a fun actor back in the day.
Gleason.
Yeah. And then when I hear the coffee has finished brewing, possum. Standing on 2 feet. Then I found a picture of Hillbilly. Boss, how was your weekend, me?
Poor cat looks like it's been beat up pretty
Right.
bad. It looks like it's been through some
Right.
abuse.
So, yeah, that's perfect picture of you, Hillbilly.
Yeah.
Yeah, multicolored eyes, frazzled hair, looking like a disheveled mess.
That's Hillbilly after a round of arena.
Right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Especially today. Yeah, I'm kidding. I thought the picture was funny, so I had to share it. All right, boom.
I was going to do an arena stream this afternoon, but I forgot today was Saturday, and I got to do the commander stream if I get it kicked off.
Yeah, Commander Stream. It's gonna be the best thing since Saturday's Gleam. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Real world. Yeah. And Merry Christmas, y'all filthy animals. That's right. Brian Fish. Hello.
Nope.
Fish without an eye is. Woo woo. All right. Well, let's get to the topic of today. The topic of today is WotC's ranking in the dough.
Yup.
Enough said, right? Wizards of the Coast is killing it in Q4. Financials and keeping slinging product that is doing better than the rest of Hasbro's divisions. The Wizards of the Coast and digital gaming segments revenue totaled $363.2 million, up to 7% from $339 million reported in a year ago. WotC tabletop game sales are $266.7 billion in Q4, from 40%, from $190.5 million in Q4 in 2021. Those are real numbers that I really got by searching it up. It seems that even the WotC's bad days, they are doing well overall. It seems that people keep buying the paper product. Now, what is the correlation we should think about? We love the game and hope it continues to do well. But no matter how much we complain about a product from Wizards, it seems they are grossing something. Even if the numbers are low. Get low. Magic the Gathering is the best card game in the world. We can all agree to an extent. But when WotC makes a weird or dumb decision, how do we punish the actions? If people are going to buy the product, I'm happy that WotC's doing good, but I feel people just buy their product from good to bad. And is there something I'm missing from the collectibles market here? Who knows? Let's chat and chill about this.
Well, you got addiction.
Yeah.
We all know about the addiction of opening packs.
Well, they don't call it cardboard crack for nothing.
Right.
And so they're doing good on that. You know, people are always going to buy Magic cards because the game is so popular and all that.
Mm.
But
Oh yeah.
my issue with them, if they're doing so good, why can't they do even better? And they could do better since they're doing so good. Why not invest that back into the game, such as helping the OGSs, like from the old stuff. I mean, yeah, they're bringing back the mechanics. Yeah, that's good, but that's not enough. What they need to do is come back out with those DCI numbers, or show your players that you some appreciation, and let them be able to, But that's what they need to do. Then they'll be even doing even better. You got to spend money to make money.
Gotta spend money to make money. You gotta sell a rock for $30 to one person while you sling it for $5 to another. Woohoo! No, I'm kidding. But seriously, bringing back a DCI point system to show people how they rank in the world is not a bad idea. It's a good idea, solid idea. I think they should really bring that back. I think having a ranking system to show people where they stand in the world is a great way to bring in a competitive edge, but also give people something to work towards if that's their main goal, their main objective. Because not all of us are going to be the best, but we all want to be the best. We want to be the best Magic players there ever was. Slinging Magic cards, casting Hot Fuzz.
Back when they had the DCI numbers, stores were booming, and Wizards was really raking them below big time. Then they quit it. I mean, why get rid of something that's working?
I don't know. Maybe it's too much hassle. People losing their accounts. There's been a couple times I lost my accounts, had to collate my account and count numbers and put them together. But the fact that they got rid of it just really sucked because I didn't know where I stood, and I had a pretty good ranking for someone from back in the day. The ranking was pretty high in the average level, not in the top tier levels. But it really sucked because now it felt like when they got rid of it that my years of Magic didn't matter as much anymore because I had no place to show, hey, this is where I stand as players of Magic. I was in the top X amount of percent, because I remember when it came to the middle section, I was near the top of the middle section, not the top section of the top players.
Yep. That's my gripe about WotC. They need to do something for the players. They need to show appreciation, and because without players, there is no Magic.
Well, the thing about DCI cards, it made the game feel alive, right? It made it feel more alive. Not only were you in the game playing the game, there was a whole system showing you how you were doing the game, and it gave you something to strive for. Where nowadays you're living in an open market where they don't really count your successes unless you're on Arena and scaling up and trying to go to the Pro Tour. They really neutered the segment really bad.
Nope.
I'll be right back. I'm being called.
Exactly. Okay. I just think they should show since they're reckoning the dough, I think they just need to show some appreciation.
More appreciation. They should show more appreciation. They should really try to kiss our butts again. Sell us on a product instead of just expect us to buy it.
Exactly.
If they want to push the sales numbers even higher, I think making us feel involved with the process is a more important aspect of it than that making us feel separated from the process.
Yep.
And
with this new president that they are getting, I don't know if anybody's heard who the next president is going to be, or if they even get another president. But if they do, I'm hoping they will try to, tell the CEOs, hey, we did great back then when we had the DCI numbers. Why not try that again?
Dark says she still has her DCI card, she thinks. Mine got washed on accident in the washer, so I don't have it anymore.
Mine got lost. But the president does that, and the CEOs agree to it, and it gets done, then that'll show right there. Will show players, hey, you start going to LGS, and you go there and get you a DCI number, and then different rank, different tiers, different prizes, and that'll show appreciation to the player. Plus, it'll help the LGS out because people start going there more to get that DCI up, and then they'll start buying more.
I think they should have a ranking system that ranks you how well you're doing in the game.
Yeah, I agree. And that DCI was a way of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe if they do go back to the old ways, to something that actually worked, because there's some stuff that they've done in the past that did not work, and there's some stuff they did in the past that did work. And it seems like they got rid of the stuff that did work before they would for the stuff that didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so the DCI system was great, but it was also a double-edged sword. So you had people that would go into a card shop that the individual and the individual's number they were using, which were two separate things, to boost the numbers for said player so that when they went to a GP, they were rewarded 2 or 3 buys because their ELO rating was so high.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that the DCI system was bad, but it did have its flaws. Now, if they were to integrate the DCI system, ELO ranking, with the current arena having to log in with your email, kind of like how like Blizzard did with like an authenticator, but you have to like have your phone code with you when you log in with your ID or whatever, to a way to track that it's actually the person using it. And that way you don't have that same gimmick of what happened back in the day with the DCI. So I think they still need to implement some kind of ELO ranking system, but they have better technology and interface now to regulate that and control it better.
Yep.
Right.
But the problem with all of that is that takes work, and WotC doesn't want to do work. Hasbro doesn't want to do work. They don't want to do anything other than what's going to make them money, which is printing Magic cards and printing the same ones over and over and over because people are expecting the value of reprints and this and that. So until WotC gets back to understanding their player base again and getting out of the ivory tower and getting real oxygen, they're not going to make a product based on their consumers. They're going to make a product based on what they think is going to give them the most money, and that's what they've been doing. So to move forward with this and get to a point, the new president has to have some cojones when he comes in to say, hey, what's been happening is working, yes, but it's not the most efficient way we can get the product out to the people and make money. The biggest issue they've had over the years is the scaling. They've had, like I've told before, like I remember going to GPs in 2009 and it was like 200 people. Right. Now, back like when they did Modern Masters, it was a double GP because there was like 5,000 people at the event and their software couldn't handle having that many people. So now that they know the scalability of Magic and how many people are out there and who's playing it, they need to scale all of their stuff to benefit the consumer and themselves in the long run.
Yep.
Right. They need to figure that out. They need to figure out what will work. I mean, look, we got face recognition now if they need it. They have the power of smartphones to help them out too if they need that. But they need to figure out what works.
Technology has come such a long way. I mean, they have so much they can utilize to help with all of their systems. So
right. And the companion app that they came out with sucks. They need to improve on that.
Yep.
You know how many times I struggle trying to sign into that account? People having troubles getting into F&Ms because it's working up. They need to do better. They need to put a focus on live play again and fix it. And I think the DCI number thing, not the exact same thing, but the equivalent to what would be today to help regulate the whole thing would be good. Like the companion app's supposed to do kind of what the DCI number does, but it doesn't have a purpose other than to help you out with the events.
Right.
I think they should outsource the companion app to someone who can do it better. You know, the hillbilly.
Mhm.
Yeah, give you the companion app so you can improve it.
Yeah, so I feel so touching on the companion app and the judge program and a lot of the quote unquote projects that WotC has started,
Hmm?
they're kind of like a procrastinating ADH person where they're like, ooh, this seems really fun to start. Okay, we start this. And then it's like, ooh, this seems really fun to start. But we'll get back to that other thing. We'll just kind of let that kind of sit there. Ooh, this looks really
Right.
fun to start. Let's start this thing. And
Let's
then,
start it.
those other two projects, we'll get back to them.
Right. No, that's how it feels exactly because like the companion app, they started it, they got it going, and it's like, we're gonna let it do its own thing until we can actually put more attention on it. Oh, look, there's a butterfly. Let's make a card about a butterfly.
Exactly.
It's
Like multitask. It's kind of like they're trying to multitask, but they don't know how to multitask. They
right.
can't finish something.
But like what they should do with the companion app is they should incorporate the DCI thing into it. Whatever they want to call it, change it to make it relevant today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Make it relevant, make it be able to attach to your arena account and store accounts. Like make a website that people use that's a program that you get for being a DCI sanctioned store or whatever you'd call it nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
and be able to link it up. They have the power. They have the motive. They have the player base. They need to take advantage of the player base now instead of the buyer base. Yeah, sure they
Exactly.
got, but they got buyers. You saw the numbers, so you heard the numbers.
I mean,
And if you want to,
you're always sorry, but you can always want to have buyers.
right. But you need to make the game live. Pretty much Magic will become a zombie when it's just a straight buyer base.
Yeah.
And an undead game that's just addictive is just an undead game you can get over with over a couple of months, couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
But keeping people invested for a lifetime, it used to be a sign of pride, a proudness, like an achievement to say, hey, look, I got a DCI card. Here's my ranking.
Yep.
Four keeps gaming, zombie.
Zombie.
Yeah, speak of zombies, and you show up.
I mean, I loved Magic back when we had the DCI, but now that there is no DCI, it's just not as fun because what are you playing for actually?
Right, it just
You're not
feels
playing.
aimless.
You're not playing for nothing except for the new card. I mean, you're playing with the new cards, but you're not showing any kind of achievement. There's no achievement goal
Right.
playing the new cards. All you're doing is
Well,
playing new cards.
It feels aimless, right?
Exactly.
It feels aimless. Like you don't feel like there's a direction for you to go. Like and doing the DCR card thing would have to be handled with great care because there are people who spend hours on beyond hours on Arena where you can do that to level up. Where in the physical format, you can't do that for hours and hours a day like you can do in Arena.
Right.
Arena is 24/7. Your local game store is open up to 12 hours a day.
Yep.
So they got to take care of it. So they'd have to figure out the point system where Arena is probably a little bit harder to get points to, where the store is a little bit easier for attendance.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they need to really escalate the thoughts of what the tournaments will do, how to handle the tournaments, sanction the tournaments better, and make it more viable for people to follow, and also incorporate the DCI based system that they would have.
Well, I think the way they should do the DCI on Arena, if you want to put Arena into it, then there's a ranking system in Arena where you can go, silver, gold,
Right.
platinum, mythic, and you get point. You can get on. They had DCI in there. They can get a point for each of the ranks that they go up.
Mm,
Then after they get to mythic, it shuts off.
right.
Unless they get number one ranking on that. Then after they get
So-
number one ranking on that, then they can get some more points.
So Mythic has its own elo rating. I've gone to Mythic multiple times, and the way it works is if you don't have an actual number 1 through 1500, then you're ranked as a percentile. And then once you break into the top 1500 in the Mythic ranking, then you get an actual number. And that's based off of like your play win percentage, like a whole bunch of different factors. But there is actual ranking in Mythic, like a sub ranking once you get to Mythic. And I agree with you. Like they could definitely do something with that. And I think they do on some level for like the arena Mythic qualifiers and stuff like that. I believe that if you're in a certain percentage or number at a certain time, you get put into a qualifying tournament for an arena event like that.
Yep.
Oh, man, you guys have more of a headspace for this than I do on this whole thing. But like, I think the best part that we can look forward to is watching it evolve. Like, I like they are trying to push the Pro Tour back. Like they actually posted a video on their YouTube site talking about the cards that did well. Yep, the cards that did well during Pro Tournament, and they're trying to bring it back. But you know they need to bring the spice. They need to bring that feeling that I can do it too. You know, that's what they need to bring back. Like like if I were to separate the screen, Hillbilly's like the arena dude, Captain Waffle's the pro player. I should feel like I can achieve one or the other myself as well.
Exactly.
And I think that's what the DCI kind of does. It shows you ranking, makes you feel good.
Yep.
It
did. I mean, it did make me feel good when I had that DCI. I loved it.
Right? I should have got my DCI number tattooed on my arm or something.
I have mine memorized still.
Oh my Lord! Well, you had to use it more often too.
Well, I just have a really good memory.
That's good, and that's bad.
Wish I had a memory.
Yeah, right.
Same.
Well, you can buy memory.
Well, I hear your memory is the second thing to go, but I can't remember the first.
Right.
Control, I think.
Well, my first thing was memory because of my health issue.
I think Captain Waffle is making a joke.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying though, not jokingly, but my memory was the first thing to go because of my health issue.
Well, that's because the brain aneurysms really messed with things.
Yep.
The meeting me really messed with things, so your memory started getting even more lucid. Then the moonshine didn't help. So it's been a chat and chill day, really. That's what it's been. But I wanted to disguise the topic as the WotC making ranking in the dough. And I think Hillbilly made a really good statement talking about a DCI number, something equivalent but better and standard for today would be good. But I'd love to see Wizards trying to make ways for us to interact with the company's game and not just buying cards. I think that would improve the game if they made it interactive. Like the DCI number was the closest interaction we really got. They cared. That's what it felt like.
Oh yeah,
they cared about us playing their game.
I think one of the biggest things that would bring back a lot of players would be the DCI reward player program. Like, you don't have to call it DCI, but some kind of rewards player program where it looks like they've been trying to do something like that with like going to F&M and things like that. But bringing back like F&M promos and bringing back player rewards would definitely drive people back to stores, because now there's an incentive to go play. Now there's an incentive to actually build a standard deck or a pioneer deck and go play in F&M or go draft. Like drafting sells so much product. And if the sets are good, like Markov was a good draft set. Outlaw looks like it's going to be a fun draft set. I mean, they've definitely kept up on keeping the sets playable and limited. But the thing is they're not driving anybody to go play it. So in my opinion, if they want to make some money, you got to spend a little bit of money, which is printing the player rewards cards and stuff like that. Like yes, I understand the scalability of, 15 years ago to now is you've got 10 times more players, but that's 10 times more money being spent too. Like, you got to look at it that way too.
Exactly.
There was a time back in the day when I was roaming my local game grid, and it was the only shop that didn't charge money for F&M, but they didn't need to, because people were spending money at the store, right? Who were there buying snacks, buying new cards, whatever. And the promos drove them to play the game for F&M, like the Friday Night Magic. Like, there was top 8 promos, there was top 3 promos, and there was there was promos just for attending. And they used to do good with that kind of stuff. Yep. They used to care about the amount of people that would frequently restore in FNMs. Like, your average base is like 32 people, so they send you 32 versions of a card to give away. Even though sometimes there'd be like more people, or sometimes there'd be less people during on the day, but Wizards used to care about that stuff. They used to care about making the local game store feel good, because they used to be the main thing pushing the product. But they can't give away little cards like that on Amazon.
Nope.
That's why they started putting box toppers in the booster boxes.
I wonder when Hasbro actually got Wizards WotC.
You wonder when?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm just curious about that.
All right.
I know that's gonna make you look it up, but that's just
Well, you could have looked it up yourself. You got a computer right there.
Yeah, but I'm on it.
I'm on my computer too. 1999 is your answer, home skillet.
99. All right.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So they've owned WotC for a while.
Yeah, DeLawson, what's up? Well, yeah, they've owned WotC for a while. WotC's been doing good, but see, Hasbro used to make good products and sell good stuff.
Yep.
But the market changed, because kids are playing with computers nowadays and not toys. Unless you're one of those kids who live in the wild and their parents throw them outside to chew on sticks. That doesn't happen very much.
Nope.
Yep.
Not very much at all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they can change the direction that they're going if they want to. But in order for them to want to, they have to go. They're going to have to come off with some of that money and do it.
Well, you know what Hasbro should do? They should do a points reward system themselves. Not a DCI number, but if you buy X amount of things and prove you bought X amount of things showing receipts, you can get little quirks and discounts off future product.
So they can make an app. Mm-hmm. And every time you buy a Hasbro product, you get points on that receipt, and you just scan it with that app.
Right, and include Magic the Gathering product since they own it.
Yep.
Like, can you imagine if there's a point reward system for people who buy Magic and they got points and rewards for buying the product like they do on other whatsites? That'd be insane.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there are some people who just buy lots of Magic products just to flip on whatnot, or on YouTube, on Twitch, wherever. Yeah. People are flipping product, buying product, and if they got discounts on future product like that, they get more. They can start turning in a little more.
Yep.
Heck, even if I'm just going to say this out here, That's a thought. Even if they did what Pokemon does with their TCG, every time you buy physical cards, you get a card. You get a pack of cards for their live client, their digital client. Every pack you buy, you get the current that set. You get a copy of that pack in their online game. That would help with Arena. And help
They
them
kind of do that.
incentive.
Like if you get a Magic card with an Arena booster pack, you kind of get the same pack.
Yep.
Yeah, I
And,
was going to say the same thing, but the problem is they only do that with like the promo packs.
Yeah.
What I was thinking is where like let's say you buy a booster box, like a play booster box. They should put a box topper code in there to give you like 6 to 8 packs on Arena.
Right.
And you can only redeem it once per set because obviously they don't want to make it to where you're just like flooding your account with these codes and you're like basically not paying anything for Arena, but it's a good way to either A, get new players in, like if they've never played Arena, now they can use this code on Arena to get some free packs of the set that they just bought. Or if they're a continuing Arena player, it gives them a little boost to like their collection, and it may entice them to be like, okay, I need a couple more wild cards. I'll go buy some wild cards from the store. I'll buy some more packs or whatever from the store on Arena.
Yeah.
And so it's a good way to like cross-platform the two to still make more money.
Yeah.
Right. Like they wouldn't have to do it once per box. Like if you got one box and it's one time, they could still do like 3 free cards, 3 wild cards of some sort, or 5 packs, like you're saying. Buying the product physically is still making the money, and getting people addicted to the Arena game. Well, what would be wrong if you're buying boxes just to get the packs? Like you're buying physical boxes to get the packs for Arena. You're still making money somewhere, and it's still leading them to the code is leading their traffic to the digital source like they want to. So they could do it.
Yep. They have done that in the past. They give you little codes and packs where you could get some cards.
Right. What's up, Twiddler? Yo.
And but still, they could still help, spend some of that money since they're raking in the dough. They could still spend that toward on the game and make even more money if they would just do what the players want. That's the problem. They do not want to do what the players want. They want to do what Hasbro and WotC wants, which is not really good for the
long
game.
term. Yeah. Not very good for the long term revenue.
Exactly.
Or even the
Awesome.
long term financials.
Financials.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was the CEO of WotC or Hasbro, whatever you want to call it, I would have them to spend the money to invest.
Excuse you.
Excuse me. I was trying to say I would invest the money, have them to invest the money back into the game, and come up with some kind of point system to where players are more enticed to play the game and to play paper Magic, and that would create even more money for the company.
Right.
That's what they need.
Well, that's what they need, people to be involved, feel involved, and get into the game. Like, I think that's what's lacking in the community right now is people wanting to be involved with the game at a deeper level, not having the access to the DCI number, ranking systems, the pro tournament system set up, the companion app screwing up, not feeling like they can interact. I mean, right now we live in a world where the whole community is just react, but there's no way to interact with the company like that is. There's no way to be like, look at me. I'm like 183rd in this list of people. That's where I stand in the competitive world of Magic. Or I played X amount of FNMs. I played crap tons of FNMs. And then because of my ranking system and my wins versus losses, this is where I stand. People don't get that little I'm a part of something feeling, Wizards keeps us separated, and so that's all we get to do is react. That's why a lot of people bitch and complain on YouTube. There's no way to interact with the company unless you got some freaking deal sponsorship from Wizards of the Coast.
Yep.
Yeah, and so Hillbilly touched on it perfectly. Like that's business 101. If you're gonna make money, to make more money, you got to reinvest it back into your company. And for Wizards, that is investing in your consumer because
Right.
your consumer is what drives your profits. The biggest problem is the shareholders. And I understand that some people that may be players of the game are shareholders, but in the long run, it's the whole corporate America of them having to get that greed of paying their shareholders, making sure that they're happy, because if they don't, the stock gets sold off and then the valuation of the company goes down and all this other BS. But realistically, it's like you make them happy and you don't do anything for your consumers are going to stop buying your product. And then guess what? Your shareholders are still going to lose money anyways because the stock's going to drop because there's no valuation in the company. So it's like a catch-22. What they really need to do is, in order to appease their shareholders, they need to appease their consumers so that they keep buying and their shareholders keep making money. They're paying attention to the wrong group is what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
No, I get what you're saying there. What you guys are saying, I'm just saying, one good way to get people to buy the product and enjoy the product is get them to feel like they can interact with it, like at a company level or at a competitive level. The things that made the game fun for us is still fun for everybody. It's not like the old times were bad. It's not like we're driving the back of trucks on Main Street. People sitting in the truck beds. It's not like we're doing anything stupid or crazy like that. We need the interaction. We need the feel that we are part of something, and that's what I think. That's the biggest driver. That's really separating people. Because, like I said, everybody on YouTube is reacting. That's all they can do is they can react. They can't interact like they used to. What you do at F&M doesn't feel as important as it used to because it used to be marked with a simple pride issue. And the issue was you're getting scored, and people like that. Like, I don't know why people like getting scored, but they do. Like, that sounded weird, but, being on a score sheet, here's where you are, here's where you level up. People love the fact that they can rank themselves. And it made the game feel more interactive and realistic as a hobby than it does just buying cards, making collections, and watching reprints come in. There's a wall that it feels like between us all now.
Well, a lot of the psychological, the reason why people want to see their rankings, they want to be, because it comes from our naturistic instinct of wanting to be the alpha. And so when we're like the top dog and we're like number one, yeah, it feels good to be on top. I mean, even when I go play pre-release and I go 4-0, it feels great because it's like, cool, my skills are validated. Like I'm playing at a high level, even though it's pre-release. Yeah, it's fun, but it still is a good feeling to be like, yeah, I went undefeated. It was a great day, yada, yada. Like you go to a tournament, you play in a tournament, you win first place. Like it feels great to come out on top. Yep. So to have that ranking system is a good psychological tool for Wizards to use to keep people involved, to keep people wanting to come back, because then it's like it creates a lot of good, friendly competition. Because there are some people that I play with that are grinding RCQs regularly. I play tests with them, to help them out because they know my skill level and I've played before. So they pick my brain, I pick their brain. And it's like, yeah, there may be some games that they absolutely just steamroll me, but it makes me want to get better. It makes me want to keep figuring out, okay, what can I do to beat this deck now? Or what can I do to level up my tournament play? Like, how can I pay attention more? What triggers can I watch out for? There's all these different psychological aspects of this game that people, I don't think, really think about at times. And so Wizards, if they were to, I don't know if they have a department like this, but if they were to delve into their R&D department with a psychological branch, they could really see, psychological marketing, psychological gameplay, like all this different stuff to really hone in to better understand their consumer, to better understand their players, And with that, there's a lot of money to be made.
A lot of money, right? Like, and look, you don't have to pay lots of sketchy businesses to steal our information online to learn how to sell to us. You can sell to us by making us feel like we're interacting the way you were just talking about. You know,
Well, for every interaction, there is a reaction. But if they're not interacting with the game to let the players interact, then there is no reaction. Reaction eventually dies.
have you ever
Right
played
now-
D&D, Hillbilly?
No, I have not.
All right, how am I going to explain this? So in D&D, in Dungeons and Dragons, you got a rule set, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wizards of the Coast has a rule set, or had a rule set, and you got a piece of paper that lists your skills, spells, how many times times you can use it, right?
Mm-hmm.
The trick with the sheet, the skill sheet and everything, is to learn your character, know how to play your character, and know how to play the spells correctly, right? You know, you have books and stuff, whatever, to help you remember the spells. But anyways, you cast spells, you try to do your best. Well, with the DCI point system and if they brought something back like it, that's better. You know, it kind of did that. It showed you. It was basically kind of mapped out because you had the PTQs, RQs, whatever. You had you had all the events, even FNMs were included, and it gave you a roadmap on how to use it. And it was like in Dungeons and Dragons, everything's imaginary, just with the skill set. And with the DCI point, everything was imaginary with a skill set that was your PTQs, things you interact with. Because in Dungeons and Dragons, you're playing the character you are. You're interacting as the character you are. In Magic the Gathering with the DCI points, you're going to tournaments as the character you are, interacting with the deck you built, which is like your spell slots.
Mm-hmm.
Gave you a way to interact not only as a consumer of the game who played the game, but it made you feel like you were like a tournament player in the game, even at an FNM level, even if you sucked. All right? It was just good interaction, and it made you feel good because no matter what you did, it progressed you somewhere. And that's what happens in Dungeons and Dragons, because as you level up, you keep changing your stats to it. That's what DCI numbers did. It gave you stats for the game.
Right.
Yeah.
What
I
I'm
hope I
saying,
explained that correctly.
yeah, but what I was saying was, all right, for every interaction, like if they would interact with their players, then that would cause a reaction for the players to actually feel more wanted to where they would, want more.
No, well,
I
they need
I think I'm explaining this right.
right. Well, all I'm saying is they took the interaction I'm talking about is the involvement in the game and them tracking it, just like a game. It made the game seem more realistic, kind of like Ready Player One. They get all the gear on, they go into a world, and they're fully interactive in the world. That's how I felt with DCI points going to tournaments. You felt interactive. You felt like you were a part of the game more than just playing the game. You felt like you was a part of the system, and you're trying to beat the system.
Right. And there is no
Unless Captain Waffle thinks I'm just playing out crazy, and that's fine.
and there is no
No.
more. There is no more of that because of the DCI being gone now.
I
Well,
mean,
that's just part of it.
there's a fun idea I've been playing around with that I think is cool, like that Wizards could do, and it's something similar to like the Wonka bar. So you have these 5 invitations put into booster packs in a certain set,
Right.
and 5 people will open up this invitation to fly out to WotC to tour the facility of how magic cards are made, and even get to design an uncommon in the upcoming set or something. It doesn't have to be a rare or a mythic or anything. Just something easy.
Or an uncard for the unset.
Yeah, something. But it'd be fun to see. And the reason why I thought about this idea is because if you look at like the 1-of-1 ring, that thing drove sales crazy. Not to mention Lord of the Rings was just a good set to begin with.
Right.
But the amount of packs that were open, I mean, that right there, the amount of money they would make off of the boxes being open would more than cover the cost of flying these people out there to go see this facility for a day. You'd basically be a honorary WotC member for the day or something like that.
Right.
And you give these people like a care package, and they get to walk around and they tour everything. And that right there would instill a lot more faith into the consumers of like, hey, WotC gives a crap about us. Like, they want us to come out and see what's going on. They want to give people an opportunity to be a part of this.
Right.
And so there's a lot of different things they can do to really open up the consumers again to trust them, because I feel like they've lost a lot of trust. They've lost a lot of people to the whole thing of like, all they care about is money. They don't care about us. They just want to print. And like I've said before, they need to scale back the sets. They need to, there's a lot of things they need to change. And I think they've gone so far to the wrong side of the tracks that they got to kind of loop it back, and it's going to take a little while. But that's exactly what needs to happen.
Yep, I agree, and that does sound like a great idea.
Yeah. Like if I had the system, I'd try to integrate a system like it to show Wizards it's possible. Tracking players, people going on. Trying to integrate that. Your idea of them doing the 5-ticket thing is pretty awesome. But like, what if someone in Canada walks into a Costco, buys 1 pack of Magic cards, and opens up a ticket and is like, what the hell am I going to do with this? Let's sell it to Post Malone for $1 billion.
I mean, that's an option. Why not?
Right. Well, it'd be cool, right? In your idea of the golden ticket idea, is if the card, right? What if they made 5 cards that were scratch offs like they did in Warhammer? Or not Warhammer, but you know what I'm talking about, the World of Warcraft?
Yeah.
And if you scratched it off, you had a ticket to go to WotC, no matter when you scratched it off and revealed it, right? Then,
that's what I mean.
Then if the card wasn't scratched off, you could sell it, make it, trademark it, keep the value up until someone decided to scratch it off and take that trip to WotC.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, not every. So you could do it like a lottery based thing where it is like the scratcher thing, where every card is like you scratch it off, and it's either you win or you don't, and so you can sell it as like a, hey, this could be a potential winner, and it would drive crazy on the secondary market, but it would also drive sales of the main market of opening booster packs.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, but like there's I think your idea has merit to blossom into something interesting, and I think there's fun ways to go around it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like even if they did like what if they did something where this is gonna be stupid, but like they put 5 cards in a pack, like a booster pack, like 5 cards. Just 5 cards, and all it was is the 5 cards where you get a free booster pack. I mean, that like people would enjoy that, having a chance to get a free booster pack.
Yeah, that's like the old days of when you took the cap off of Pepsi and it said you won a free 20-ounce or you won $10 or anything like that.
Right, unless you're like me, you just tip the bottle over until you find the one that says free soda. But yeah, a lot of people did that. They'd look under the cap and then they'd look for the text free drink. People do that a lot, and the stores wouldn't stop us. But yeah, all right. So time to relax. We went over the allotted time for regular stuff. No deck of the day. No checkers. Let's just scroll on to the shill section.
Mugen full at it again.
Alrighty, 433 subs is what I'm sending out right now. Still trying to get to about 500. Do another giveaway. And today there will be another arena stream, but at 2 o'clock there's going to be a commander stream. And then sometime after the commander game is over, it'll be an arena stream. I'll probably do the arena stream right after the commander game.
Woo-woo. That sounds good.
And that's really all I have to show.
All right, moving full. Well,
Nothing left.
waffles, I mean. Your go.
Okay.
So yeah, I've got a collab later today with Tabalt. I don't know if he's going to go live or if we're just doing a video. But yeah, I'm doing that later today, and then we're at 155 subs. If we can get to 250, we're giving away a Shelter of the Apocalypse. And there's more content coming out weekly, and hopefully sometime in June will be the next pool game. I got to get dates figured out and things made, but it's going to be hopefully in time for Modern Horizons 3 as the main prize giveaway. So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I heard Mugenful wants to bust out a song. Here you go.
No, I was just gonna say I have nothing planned for today.
All right. Are you sure you don't want to bust out a song? You have such a lovely voice.
So does Hillbilly. Why don't you sing a Hillbilly song?
Hillbilly?
Oh, hey, baby.
All right. Today at 8 p.m., we're doing Commander Night on my channel. Commander Night. We're going to sling some cards. Be ready. Be square. All right.
Very
Other than that,
aware.
be square. Well, look, we're on squares. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I want to thank you guys for showing up. Awesome, being amazing. Amazing. I want to thank you guys for chilling out in chat, being awesome in chat, being awesome here. Thank you, Hillbilly, Captain Waffles, Moving Full for joining.
Anytime.
You guys rock. You guys rule. And he's about to break my computer.
Bang,
All right.
I just get for
Lord
those.
Megatron.
Shockwave! What is your command, Megatron?
Subscribe for Magic the Gathering and other content for evil fun.
Fear not, Megatron.